Good afternoon. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory. Here's a live look at the Owensboro riverfront. Kind of cloudy out there right now. We've got a good breeze coming in from the north, which is keeping things really comfortable. It's going to warm up just a bit tomorrow, but in general, we're talking about temperatures just a little bit below average for this time of year, topping out in the low to mid 80s today and mid 80s again tomorrow. Then we really kick off a cool down Sunday into next week. By Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, it's going to feel like late September instead of late August, with a real taste of fall across the tri-state. And that's because we've got a cold front on the way tomorrow night. Right now, we do have some clouds overhead. As I mentioned, that's all those white spots you see on the map there. Those are clouds showing up on the satellite. Radar is scanning the skies for us, but not picking up any rain. So while it may look a little gray and gloomy out there, it is dry across the tri-state. Now, as we continue through the rest of this afternoon and evening, those clouds will start to drift off to the south and break up a little bit. So it will become mostly clear later this evening through the night tonight. And then tomorrow we start the day with plenty of sunshine. We will have more clouds starting to build in from the northwest, though, Saturday afternoon and evening along that cold front. I don't think that front's going to bring us any rain. I can't rule out a stray sprinkle, but it seems unlikely. It'll mostly just be some clouds late in the day, Saturday through Saturday night. By Sunday morning, that cold front pushes off to the southeast, and it takes the clouds and any chance of rain we may see with it. And then cooler, drier air filters in from the northwest. But I'm not complaining about the temperatures we've got out there right now. It's a little bit warm, but overall fairly comfortable. Temperatures are sitting in the upper 70s to low to mid 80s, just depending on your location and how much sunshine you've gotten today. It's 82 right now in Evansville, 80 degrees even in Owensboro, Newburgh at 78, but then Madisonville at 84. As we continue through the rest of this afternoon, I think we'll tack on another couple of degrees, so we'll probably top out somewhere in the low to maybe mid 80s. Then the temperatures start to drop back through the 70s this evening. Great weather for those first football games. We'll have more on that a little bit later. By the end of the night, our temperatures drop back into the low to mid 60s under mostly clear and calm conditions. As those temperatures dip into the 60s, I do think we'll see some areas of fog developing late tonight into early Saturday morning, but once the sun gets overhead, that fog should burn away pretty quickly. As I mentioned, we will start things out mostly sunny on Saturday and then see more clouds building in later in the afternoon and evening as that cold front approaches the tri-state. Temperatures will top out in the mid 80s tomorrow afternoon, which is just a couple degrees cooler than normal for this time of year. But then that cooler air really sinks in behind that cold front. Look at this. First half of next week, we're talking highs in the upper 70s and lows in the low to mid 50s. We don't usually get that kind of weather until late September. So a real taste of fall across the tri-state. And it's not just the temperatures that will take a dip either. It's the humidity too. We've already seen one drop in the heat and humidity, right? This past weekend into Monday and Tuesday, it was hot, it was humid. Tuesday was actually the hottest day of the year. But then a cold front moved through Tuesday night, and we saw our temperatures dropping and the humidity falling back into more of this moderate, just kind of humid, but not miserably so. That's the range we've been in for the past couple of days. But as that second cold front moves through on Saturday night, look at that drop, the humidity going back into that dry range. So not only will our temperatures be in the 50s first thing in the morning for much of next week, we'll have that crisp, dry, fall-like weather across the board. Now, it obviously cannot last forever, right? So we've got this cold front coming in. That's going to usher in this cool, dry air coming in from the northwest starting on Sunday. And we'll be caught in that same pattern through the first half of next week. Now by Wednesday, this high pressure system will be almost right over top of us. You need to know that the winds rotate clockwise around a high pressure system. So as long as it's off to our west, you've got cool, dry air coming in from the north. Wednesday, though, that high pressure system passes over us and slides to the east. Now we're on the other side of things. So as that clockwise wind circulation continues, we've got warmer, more humid air starting to flow back in from the south. Now, this is not going to be a major heat up here. We're talking about going from upper 70s and low to mid 50s to those temperatures starting to creep back into the lower 80s with lows in the low 60s. So still below average for this time of year. And that may stick around for a while. The extended outlook for Saturday, August 30th up through September 5th. So this includes Labor Day weekend and the first couple days after that. We're still seeing a trend toward slightly below average temperatures. So again, we start to trend back into those low 80s, but still not quite up to the kind of warmth that you would expect for this time of year, with near to maybe slightly above average precipitation. So maybe a little bit of rain in the mix, but not much. And honestly, we could use some rain. The drought outlook that came out yesterday now puts a large portion of the tri-state in abnormally dry conditions, and I doubt we'll see a drop of rain through the whole next 7 days. So it'll be probably into next week, maybe Sunday or Labor Day at least, before we see any rainfall, and even that is not looking very widespread. I do want to give one quick update on the tropics. Obviously, we've been keeping an eye on Hurricane Erin. It is a Category 1 hurricane now, so it has weakened 90-mile-an-hour winds. It will continue to weaken as it pushes off to the northeast. Should drop out of hurricane status later tonight and then continue to weaken as it moves northeast. But it's also not the only system in the Atlantic that we're tracking right now. We've got two others, one that has a 90% chance of forming into a tropical cyclone, and another one with a 40% chance of developing into a tropical cyclone. So it's very possible over the next few days, as Erin starts to wind down, we may find ourselves tracking Fernan and then eventually Gabrielle as we're really getting into the peak of hurricane season. But as of right now, not expecting any local impacts from any kind of tropical system. As I said, just a few passing clouds, but a lot of sunshine and a lot of cooler than average temperatures in the forecast through the next 7 days. So cooler than normal and dry is going to be the pattern for much of these next few days, which is really setting us up for some really comfortable weather for any outdoor activities. I know there's a lot going on this weekend. We've got high school football starting tonight. Robinson Miles and actually Max Parker instead of Jamie French will be joining us just on the other side of this break with some updates on some of the things going on tonight and this weekend. So don't go anywhere. They will be right back with those updates.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices. Live from 14 News, this is a 14 Digital News Desk update.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. I am Robinson Miles, and those of you who watch our stream regularly probably notice a bit of a change here. I usually stand on that side. And also Max Parker is here.
I took your spot. I'm sorry, Rob, but I'm really glad to be here, and it's an honor to be standing in your spot.
I know we're gonna get into this in a bit more detail here in just a little bit, but this is a very exciting day for you, sir.
Oh, very exciting. Not only is high school football back, but I get to spread my wings, talk about some other stories here, don't I, Rob?
This is a big moment, and I hope everyone realizes just how big a moment.
Yes.
So to get us started here, big question to start us off. Do you think of yourself as a car guy?
No. I have a car, but I'm, my knowledge of that, I'm probably going to get grilled for this, but I can't change my own oil. I can't, that's...
Okay.
I know how to, what would be impressive past filling up the gas tank?
Well, I tell
don't
you
know.
what,
Clean it.
we've got a group here who could probably help you out because you better believe it. Frog Follies, you've probably noticed a lot of classic cars cruising around the tri-state. They are here for the 50th annual Frog Follies. Now, this is the largest pre-1949 street car event in the U.S. It's being held at the Vandenberg County 4-H Center through Sunday. Saturday and Sunday hours are 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Admission is $10 per person, and a portion of that money goes to the sad thing about that is that I know that we have a different reporter on it. You're missing your opportunity to go out and
I
learn.
know. That looks sweet, though.
Your car stuff.
That looks
It
sweet.
is very cool. I remember one of the first, my first summer here, actually. I went and got to do a Frog Follies story. And now I feel jealous because, you get to just go out and have fun, and I get to be here.
Maybe, you know what? I am off on the weekends. Maybe I'll have to go check it out.
Something to think about.
Anyways.
Look forward to that.
Yes,
All
I'm
right,
ready.
for our second story here. All right, maybe you're not a car guy. How about this? Are you a dog guy?
You are hitting all the wrong questions. I've got a
Oh,
little kitty named Boots
my.
at home. She would be very upset if I said I was a dog person.
All right, well, here's another thing you can do that can maybe convert you.
Okay.
Happening this weekend in Owensboro, the River City Kennel Club and Southern Indiana Kennel Club are hosting the All Breed Dog Show. Now, spectators can view grooming, conditioning, and judging. Show hours are 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Now, organizers say dogs from all over the U.S. and several other countries are participating, and it lasts through Sunday. So you're not even a dog guy. How can you not love that, though?
Oh, you got me.
That was
You
a
got me.
sentient fluff ball. That's an ultimate good.
That looks like a pillow.
I'm a big fan.
Pillow/dog.
Big fan of its
How could
work.
you not love that?
All right. Well, I tell you what, Max. Let's get into the main event here. Let's get into that big stuff. You are here for one all-important reason, my
I
friend.
am.
Because
Ask
this
me
is,
if I
this
like
is a
this
big
one.
night.
Ask
Are
me if
you-
I like this one.
Are you a football guy,
Yes,
sir?
I sure am, Robinson. I'm ready. You nailed it. We found the one that we were looking for.
That
And
is
We're
terrific.
excited, man.
So, getting into this time of year, I mean, what is this like for you? Because I know it's exciting. You are a football guy, but this is a lot of work. You're going to be pretty active for the
Yeah,
next few
well,
months.
there's a lot of build-up going into it. We do plenty of different kind of previews for teams. I know for the folks that we haven't got your school yet, we're still working through them as we get in. We've got something like 30-plus high schools that we cover here in the area through Indiana, Kentucky, and then our Illinois schools as well. So it's a busy, busy time. But week one, that's really where the fun begins, man.
You know, thinking about it, though, you are pretty blessed in that we have so much good quality football
Yes.
here in this area.
Yeah, we've got some really talented players. Of course, the two guys over at Heritage Hills committed to go play SEC ball next year. That comes to mind first. But really, when you look all across the tri-state, you've got guys in Kentucky that are really starting to turn some heads. You got some big guys, big names at Owensboro Catholic. And then, you can really look at any school, you've got a star. And that's the fun thing about, a football, high school football focused area like we have here in the tri-state is you've got talent all across and they've got plenty of chances to showcase it.
All right, so let's get into today specifically.
Sure.
Where are you going to be? What else are we covering? Because I think we've got kind of a look back at the matchup that you actually are going to be the one covering today.
Yeah, well, this one has really become kind of a a rivalry at the beginning of every year. It's that North versus Castle game. First year I was here, going on my third high school football season here in the tri-state. First year, it was Castle hosting North. And that got things started off with a bang. And then last year, they went and played at North. Now we're back in Paradise tonight, the North Huskies and the Castle Knights. Two teams with plenty of new to be displayed. North with a new head coach this year. And then Castle, they've got plenty of new talent to be showcased on the field. So that should be a fun matchup.
Absolutely. Now, of course, Max, you're not from this area originally.
Correct.
But you've been here for years.
Yeah.
You've been really immersed in this area. Is it hard not to have your favorites or those teams that you kind of keep your thumb on?
Well, that's something that I really love about sports, and it sounds like I might be joking or just saying this, but you really get attached to the teams and the sports that you cover. I mean, I was at a UE men's soccer game last night, and I was into it, man. I mean, they were rolling. So the answer is, hands down, yes. You know, these games are really fun to cover, and you've got so many storylines, whether it be players or team-wise. You know, you've got a team like Central that won one game last year, and how much that meant to them after they went winless the year before. Can they raise that ceiling again this year? You've got teams like Heritage Hills that were state champs last year. Can they go out and do it again? So there are so many questions, and the best part is the only way you find out the answers are you go out and play football under the lights.
All right, so our big football fans, if they want to get the rundown of how the evening goes, where can they find you once you go out and you send your minions across the tri-state?
Well, the sprawling out will start at about 4:30. I'll be live at 4:30. At Castles Stadium, so we'll be ready in Paradise to preview that game at 4:30, 5, and 6. Aaron Hancock will be live as well, and then we've got more shooters with us going out tonight. I believe we've got 10 games on the docket tonight for a highlight show, and you can catch that on 14 News at 10. We'll have all the highlights for you, plus all the scores. We've got every game, and I know we've got every game in our score ticker on 14news.com because I put them all there. And it was quite a labor-intensive time, but we've got the full season in there, so you know tonight we'll have all the latest scores for all games across the tri-state area on 14news.com.
All right, perfect. Well, that is going to wrap things up for us in our streaming show. Thank you so much for joining us. And, of course, as Max mentioned, we've got all these stories and a whole lot more ahead. Our evening shows, 14 News at 4, 5, and 6, and then at 10, and the big show after that. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a good day.